Okay, welcome to match number 3 of the Western Canadian Bowling Tour Championship. Our 7th seed, Greg Degrazia, against our 10th seed, Brad Rusnak. Gino, who's your pick in this one?
Well, this one's a pretty tough one here. Greg is probably younger than Brad, but they both are very experienced players. They both have had great accomplishments, both at the national level and in this competition. But I played Greg more than I have played Brad. I would probably give Greg the heads up first there.
Cool. All right.
Good luck to both of them.
Good luck to you guys.
All right, boys, here we go.
It should start. Is it started? Match 3. Match 3. Brad Rusnak against Greg Degrazia. Greg Degrazia to throw first.
Oh boy.
Well, that's unusual.
Aces, the 3-pin laying up against the right 2-pin.
You see a replay on that. It looked like the pin was leaning right against it.
It did, yeah. So we are waiting here. That should be we have a score correction. So that gives us a little bit of opportunity to speak about both of these players. 2 different contrasts, both kind of quiet, but Brad, who I've played before, can get a little animated in it. Greg tends to be very, very low key.
He gets into the match.
Yeah,
I've played Greg at Nationals in the Canadian 5-pin singles final, and yeah, he beat me. So, but he's pretty, he shows no emotion. He's just even keel.
Yeah, he lets his bowling do his talking for him.
Yeah, he's been very good for a long time. Even Brad too. Brad's had an injury the last few years, but Brad's won some cash tournaments, in Manitoba Open, I believe.
Right.
And, singles and.
He's well, I think the singles; those were the
Masters.
Open singles. And
Yes.
I don't believe
two
he's
Open
won
singles.
a WCBT yet.
Yes, he won this one here. He won the Heritage
The Heritage
Classic.
this year.
No,
No,
Greg Degrazia,
no, I'm
a couple years
talking
ago.
Brad.
Oh,
Brad won
yes.
the Manitoba Open and
Twice.
yeah.
Twice he's won the Manitoba Open. Twice he's been the Manitoba singles in Open and Masters ways.
But now Brad's definitely a very big supporter of the tour, and it's awesome to see. He loves bowling. This guy's a diehard.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, if you even get an opportunity to see looking up in the stand,
First frame to Brad.
what's happened is we have some young players like we have Sam
Gallardi.
who's a young 16-year-old last year.
No, he's 18 now.
He's 18 now?
Yeah.
And, by him getting to watch some of his peers like Brad and that, now he's come and he's a very strong proponent to the game for us.
He probably would have been here if he was a member.
If he was a member, he would have qualified, definitely.
That'll teach him.
Nice aggressive shot there.
Good lift there.
Yeah. That's Brad. Brad needs to get that ball out there like that.
Yeah.
And once we get Sam in here, then we have his brother, and a lot of good players out of Winnipeg, and it'd be great to see those guys come back. Geez, great.
Drop off.
Looked like a pretty good hit. Good location, just not having maybe a little more power than Brad has as far as roll.
So, what did Greg finished in the tour this year? I think his best finish was the run-up at the Regina Classic.
Yeah.
And Brad, I believe, was 3rd in the Regina Classic.
Yeah.
I think he might have played.
That's right.
I'm not sure if they played or not.
I don't know if he would have knocked him off or not.
I can't remember. Could be a rematch.
Yeah. Okay, a little slow start for Greg Degrazia. He's, again, a strong competitor, been very competitive. Any time Greg gets a chance, he seems to rise to the occasion. And
I've seen him throw some big games. Very smooth.
Yes.
Almost too smooth on that one.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And like I said before, it's really tough. Like you're sitting around for an hour or two, and you get your warm up and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's a part of the challenge.
Yeah. It's the same for all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it is the same for all of them, but if you're someone like myself, very tough because you get very stiff very quickly, and it takes a lot longer to loosen up.
So in the top 50 rankings, Greg Degrazia is sitting 16th, which is like a 5-year running average of performance on the tour events. So good for him. Anytime you can do that.
And Greg hasn't played all the events that much. Like, he's starting to get back into it. But
He generally only plays a couple a year, right?
Yeah. I get it. He's from Northern Ontario, so it's a little.
Yeah, that's one part, and the other part was he was going to school.
Yeah.
He's a nurse, eh? So he was in his profession, trying to stay there, and still finding time for the game.
Good shot, Brad.
Yeah.
I know Brad struggled this morning in the seating, and he started picking it up the last couple games. So maybe his timing was right.
Yeah, he might have found, maybe he's throwing the ball a little more aggressive.
He's a tempo player. He's not overly aggressive, so it's all about tempo. And then once he finds the tempo, he can stay with it. Lots of experience, and all you got to do is get these guys just have to get a little confident. Once they get confident, look out.
That's huge.
Okay.
Maybe just a little too much lift on that.
He lost all his rotation when he hit the ground.
Yeah.
And Brad's sponsor is, sorry to interrupt you there, Boyd Auto Body and Glass he works for. So
Okay.
I'm sure they help out with the sponsorship.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, and it's great to see that we're getting other areas that are starting to help some of the bowlers in sponsorship, or giving them an opportunity to be able to come. Some of these players, unless they get that type of sponsorship, they just don't have the opportunity to participate.
Yeah, it's hard I remember going to school and trying to do all the tournaments. I made it work, but
That was expensive, so All right, well, 12 for Brad that frame, so great. Needing 13 or better in frame 4 to win it. He wants to get home.
oh, did he get ace?
Aces again.
Wow. But he just needs one of them.
He's probably happy he only needs to get one of them.
He doesn't have to clean them all.
That's right, yeah.
There you go.
And definitely a special thanks to Heritage Lanes here in Red Deer for hosting our Tour Championship. They pretty much give us their bowling center for the weekend, and I really appreciate the fact that they donate that for us.
Well, without a doubt. And that being said, we have to compliment the other 3 centers for everything they've done to allow us the opportunity to have this tour. This game is an important part to a lot of us, and to see it to be able to flourish in that, good on all 4 of those groups.
Greg's looking for a good start here to get ahead. Get back in.
Oh, he's got a 12 count.
That's a bonus.
Probably thinking, why wouldn't one of those 2 pins go over when I have my aces?
Yeah.
So here's an example of someone that's hit the middle 5 times in a row and hasn't managed to strike yet. So
Somebody said good lucky. That was a good call there.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't have Brad from Newfoundland here, because he used to, when he played here for a year with us, he got most of the guys thinking that 3 pins are the hardest spear in the game.
single 3 pin.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad looking to again take control of the match by throwing a strike here, give him a commanding 4-1 lead.
Great ball.
Nice to see a little intensity there.
Yes.
Yeah, you noticed as soon as he kind of threw it, and when it was in the direction he knew he had it. He made that motion.
Brad's not the kind of guy. He knows that Greg is a strong competitor, and he knows he better take advantage of this opportunity because Greg can get hot pretty fast. So Brad, being the smart player that he is taking advantage of this opportunity early. So 4-1 lead after 5 frames.
I thought he yanked her left a little bit there, but it is a bit oily, so that ball slides a little bit.
I think the thing is with the field that we have here, Greg, every one of these guys knows what the other guy has. The hardest part is when you're playing on the tour.
It's a strike.
Did he get aces again?
He did.
Wow.
3rd set.
3 sets and 6 frames.
Yeah.
Wow. That's to our audience out there. That's fairly uncommon.
Very uncommon.
Usually you don't get a set of aces in 5 games,
Yeah.
let alone in 6 frames.
Well, Greg hasn't missed the middle. He's got
Yeah.
3 sets of aces, 1 head pin, and 2 chops. Technically.
Yeah.
I might have to give him the okay to kick a ball return here.
He knows the match isn't over, but he knows he's in trouble. So it's 5-1.
But he also understands the game well enough too, because he's been on the opposite side of that fence, where he's had the opportunity and his opponent.
Finally gets one. He's got a strike percentage now.
Yeah.
It's like,
And he saw it.
17%.
Very little emotion. Eh?
just a sigh of relief. That's about
Yep, that's about it.
Looked like he threw that ball aggressively. Looked like he threw that with a little bit more intent.
It's a little anger almost, too.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Which can be good sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Brad will try and...
Going back to the same old game.
I wasn't sure his reaction, but he just knew.
Pardon me?
He wasn't getting pumped up, so I thought he would have missed.
Well, I think there's different players that, they'll show their emotions and that, but if they get to a point where Brad is right now, where he's got pretty well control of it, he doesn't want to give up those emotions. He doesn't want to.
You gotta be careful of firing the other guy up too, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I just do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Don't get fired up. 'Cause I know this guy's gonna.
And you're right on that. I happened to be at a tournament with the Autumn Open one year, and there was a gentleman there in his 40s, 50s, very competent player. He was walking away with it in the first 8 games of the 16 player. Great shot. And unfortunately for him, he used all of his energy on every ball. And by the time game 10 came, he had used
ran
all
out of
of
gas.
it, and he was out of gas.
Greg needs a strike to stay in the match.
Great ball.
But Greg could rattle off a six-bagger, no problem.
We made that spare
We're
list.
sitting at 5-3.
Yeah.
Greg's obviously got a tough hole as far as pinfall.
Yeah. It was a critical spare there, even though he didn't win
bet.
the frame. He got a good count, got the
Greg
spare
maxed
too.
out at 274.
Roasted.
Wow.
Threw a really good shot.
I want to see the replay on that one.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the other part of this game. When the pins come down, we think that they're a perfect set, but if the pins, when they're coming down,
I got the spare.
spinning.
Yeah, like we can't see down there sometimes.
Yeah, and that's why some guys have in their routine of resetting the pins every time.
Yeah, because I've been back there, and then sometimes I watch the pins and stuff. They could be an inch out, and you have no idea.
Exactly.
And then
they
breaks
look
like
perfect
that
from here.
Yep.
Visually, they look good, but
Big shot from Brad here.
yeah. Well,
Didn't shut.
actually,
Shut 'em.
it's virtually over right now because
2:30. Yeah.
Greg
That's the match. I always like seeing, I want everybody to do well, but I always like seeing the outer towner guys do well because then they'll come back.
Without a doubt, yeah. That's the neat part of this game. When we're on the lanes, we all want to beat the brains out of our opponent. But when it's all done, it's a big family. We enjoy life. Enjoy one another's company.
Brad's got a maximum 340 here. If he could strike out.
Nice ball.
Shot.
Yeah.
I look at the stats of what they've done. Brad has been, so far, 10 for 10 on the middle, and Greg has been 9 for 10 on the middle. So when you look at their competence of being able to throw, we look at it and say, that's
Yeah.
they're throwing. It's just a case of having the fortune break your way or like Greg.
Just a bit more on the side.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Either a little bit more rotation, a little bit more lift, or a quarter of an inch either way, and that could have made all the difference.
Yeah, another
So-
great game.
Greg needing a spare to win the 10th frame.
Oh, that right corner on that lane. Grab your ankles.
Yeah. So he needs this to spare here to win this frame to give him 8 frames to 2.
I It's 7-3.
7-3.
Or no, pardon me.
Oh, no, it could be 6-4.
6-4. You bet.
Actually made it pretty close in frames.
Frame-wise, it was, yeah. So with that, Greg wins $200, Brad wins $300, and advances on to collect score.
Is that a 4-set? Oh,
All right. So congratulations to Brad. Our next match will be Michael Wist against Mark Miller.
Well, congratulations, Brad. How are you feeling right now? I know that you bowled this morning, and I was watching. You're a little struggling this morning. Last couple games, you started to pick it up. How did you bring that into this match?
A few adjustments this morning for sure. We were playing a little bit on different sides of the lane, but I think I found a pretty good line in the last couple of games there, and that showed there. So we'll see if we can keep it going.
Yeah, good luck the rest of the way.
Right on. Thanks, Greg. Thanks.